Hey, welcome everyone to Afternoons with Amanda on Akron and Northeast Ohio's hottest and fastest growing network, 330 to go. For this Tuesday, let's get a look at your weather to start. Man, the day started out absolutely gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky. The cloud cover has appeared. Still somewhat mild temperatures, I would say. We're still hanging out somewhere around 60, but tonight, partly cloudy skies, down to 43. Tomorrow, windy. I'll leave it to the powers that be over here at 330 to let you know if you got to worry about your trash cans or your cat or not. But from what I see, windy, showers in the afternoon, high of 61 tomorrow. Getting into your news, the polls are open. So you can see I did my due diligence. I just like being a snob and getting that little sticker. You know what I mean? My ballot, personally, where I live, let's see, I had a city council member to vote on, a couple of issues, as well as some school board members. If you want to see what your ballot looks like, you can actually go online and do that before you hit the polls. That way, if you want to do a quick little search and make sure you know what you're voting on, you can go to ohiosos.gov. That's .gov, and you can get a look at your sample ballot right there. Last Thursday, we heard the sad news that the owner of Luigi's had passed away at the age of 78 years old. I was in there yesterday having some lunch and was speaking to some of the employees. And just so you know, the entire day and night tonight, Luigi's is actually going to be closed so that all of the staff members can attend to the services. I know it's like really unheard of for them to be closed, but they will be closed in honor of the owner. And so that I think that's so cool. I think that's incredible that they're shutting down so that all the employees can attend. And I think it says a lot about Luigi's and why it's such a cornerstone of our community, because it is a family. The other good thing I learned yesterday is that the Luigi's will stay in the family and continue to be open and operate. So again, condolences to the family and the staff of Luigi's, but they will be closed all day and tonight. Another place I hold very close to my heart, MAPS Air Museum. There was a fire overnight last night, about 11:15. A fire broke out that caused some extensive damage. Luckily, the portion that had the fire was actually on the outside of the main building. You can see photos of the MASH exhibit pre-fire. If you want to scroll down here on our page here on 330 to go, one of our members was just out there actually luckily getting pictures of that before all of that happened. And if you want to go to MAPS today, you can go show your support. They're going to be open all day today, regular business hours. Something else really cool, if you want to support MAPS, do you know that you can book the Air Museum for an event? I saw a couple touring it for their wedding reception. Blew my mind, but what a really cool location that you could do that for. But yeah, luckily, again, the fire at MAPS was mainly sustained to the outside of the main museum building. Unfortunately, that MASH exhibit is what took the majority of the hit. All right, are we ready to talk sports? I'm ready to talk sports, I suppose. Browns had a bye week. I think we all needed that. I had a little joke in my story. It might still be in there right now about how somehow we still lost this past week, even though we didn't play. Anyway, Cedric Tillman, he's been cleared to practice, so that's a change. And another big change that happened, which we've seen this before, but Kevin Stefanski is going to give up play calling duties to offensive coordinator Tommy Reeves. That'll be for this Sunday's game against the Jets. We saw this happen last season. I remember a lot of frustration going on, and so he gave up his play calling duties to another assistant coach. And I honestly can't even tell you how that turned out, because Browns be Brownsin'. All right, the Cavs, they started the season 4-3, ranking fourth in the Central Division. Darius Garland and his injured toe are expected to be making a return soon. May not be in time for tomorrow night. Cavs are going to be home to take on the 76ers at 7 p.m. at Rocket Arena. Let them know. Ohio State coming in and putting a Band-Aid on our Browns' wounds, as always. 8-0 for the season. That's how you do it, coming off a 38-14 win against Penn State this past Saturday. They take on Purdue this Saturday. And I want to know, what is your Ohio State watching ritual? What's something that you always do when you watch Ohio State? Is there a certain food you make? Is there a chair you always sit in? You have a jersey you always wear? I want to know what the routine is, and then maybe we can copy that for the Browns and see if we can get some winning going on over there too. All right, events going on in the area this weekend. I'm sensing really gigantic hair. Going to be at the Akron Civic this Saturday. The one, the only, the renowned psychic Teresa Caputo live will be at the Akron Civic Theater. That is this Saturday at 7:30. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster. We have a cat joining us through Ticketmaster, or you can also go through the Akron Civic box office. That was one of those shows that I found incredibly fascinating, but you always wonder if it's staged or not. I don't know if I believe in Teresa, but I believe. All right. This Saturday at noon, really cool event going on, free event, the Cleveland Clinic Akron General Baby Fair. Okay. If you or someone you know is expecting, I encourage you to attend. It is a free event. You can even register to win some really cool prizes, baby essentials, and other giveaways. Meet some of the care providers through Cleveland Clinic Akron General. If you are early on in your pregnancy, you haven't decided where you're delivering yet, this is a great opportunity to get that information. I remember with each one of my kids, well, no, I take that back. My two older kids, Marley and Mia, were each born at different hospitals in the city of Akron. My son was born in Wyoming, where we had the choice of one hospital unless we wanted to drive 5 hours. So anyway, so if you are having a child, if you're going to have a baby and you're not sure where you want to deliver, this is a really good event to go and meet some of the care providers and get some of that information. They're also going to have info about safe sleep practices and lots of other helpful baby tips. Again, that is this Saturday, noon to 3 p.m. at the Cleveland Clinic Akron General Conference Auditorium. Not only is the event free, but parking is free as well. If you take public transportation, look the event up on Facebook, show the event info to the RTA driver on any bus, and it will give you a free ride down there as well. So they really put in that work to make sure that you could get to the event and get that information that you need. Finally, TobyMac, Heaven on My Mind. That's going to be at the Akron Civic this Thursday at 7 p.m. And this is really cool. This tour, the Heaven on My Mind tour, is actually only going to a total of 8 cities. There are only 8 dates, and we were lucky enough to get one. Normally, Toby would perform at a much larger venue, but he's doing this small show, and he's intentionally choosing smaller, more intimate venues. So the Akron Civic Theater, that's where it's going to be for us this Thursday night, okay? 7 p.m. You can get your tickets through Ticketmaster as usual, or of course the Akron Civic Theater box office. That's Main Street, downtown Akron. You can just walk right in there during business hours, okay? So if you have a special event coming up, something you would like to have featured on my show, you can do so simply by sending me an email. It's my name, Amanda, at 330togo.com. Scrolling on the bottom of the screen right there, you see it. So you can shoot me an email with the information if you'd like to have your event included. And for more of all the goings on in the Akron area, make sure you are catching my girl Jess with the 330 to Go morning show. That is Mondays and Wednesdays right here on Akron and Northeast Ohio's hottest and fastest growing network, 330 to Go. I will catch you guys back here on Thursday.